Are we committed?
Yeah, I want to do it. I don't want to be in that place anymore.
How far are people willing to go to win a juicy $500,000 prize? The answer varies from person to person, of course, but one for sure thing is that money isn't what motivates alone contestants the most, but the need to challenge themselves well beyond any limits. While there aren't many people willing to risk their life by remaining in solitude in a wilderness environment for weeks, there are some special cases, such as Brooke Whipple, who not only did it once, but twice in a matter of a couple of years. That being said, the alone experience is an undeniably life-changing event, which not many people are able to get over easily. But could this be Brooke's case as well? Stay here to know all about her whereabouts, her double experience in the show, and what she's been doing since the last time we saw virtually her risking her life on TV. Despite not becoming the winner of Alone, Brooke Whipple has been quite successful at building a career around outdoor explorations and living off the grid. Nowadays, Brooke hosts the popular YouTube channel Girl in the Woods, in which she not only shares interesting content centered around her life in Alaska's wilderness, but also interviews, useful tips for adventures, do-it-yourself videos for alternative building techniques, and even recipes. With over 470,000 subscribers and almost 60 million accumulated views, Brooke's channel is one of the most successful in the niche of survivalism. Her growing fame has allowed Brooke to offer other services through her website, such as wilderness tours in Alaska and South America, public speaking appearances, and selling her crafts, naturally sourced jewelry and clothing. All in all, Brooke has been using her time away from TV in a useful way, and doing what she loves the most, which is enjoying nature and living outdoors. Those who know Brooke from her time in Alone surely remember her husband, Dave Whipple, too. The couple was the third last standing contestants in the show's 4th season and undoubtedly left an impression on the audience. Although it's not usual to find a couple so committed to an alternative, off-the-grid life together, Brooke and Dave have surely proven that it's perfectly possible to have a stable marriage while sharing the most amazing adventures in the wilderness. Nowadays, it's not rare to find Dave in Brooke's videos and social media, though he's also quite good at creating his own content. Through his channel Bush Radical since 2017, Dave has built his own loyal audience by sharing what he describes as rustic living content, which consists of cabin building, outdoor living tips, and recalling amazing personal stories for his audience. Unsurprisingly, Dave's channel is highly successful, having accumulated almost 860,000 subscribers and over 90 million views. Dave has also recently achieved an important milestone in life, as in October 2022, he and Brooke celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary, doing what they love the most, which is living outdoors and freely. While most people know Brooke Whipple from her time in Alone or through her YouTube channel, she's actually worked on a number of projects related to survivalism and off-the-grid lifestyle. Native of a rural area in Michigan, Brooke was always inclined to a life outdoors. However, the experience which confirmed it was a road trip she took to Yellowstone National Park in 1991, while working near the Old Faithful Geyser, spending the entirety of the summer hiking and just having a great time. Brooke then spent the following 5 years taking small jobs all around Colorado, Montana, and in Alaska, where she traveled with only a few $100s while having no job or housing secured in the state. Nonetheless, she made a living for a while working in the hospitality industry in Homer, while spending the rest of the time exploring nature and living in a tent. After exploring so many places, Brooke returned to Michigan and in 1997 graduated from the Ferris State University with a degree in Adventure Recreation Management. She then enrolled into an outdoor center in Wisconsin to obtain a certification as an outdoor educator, as she listed on her website. Nonetheless, Brooke isn't inclined to academics. During an interview with Big Rapid News, Brooke affirmed not being pleased with the way the educational system works. It's based on your grade point average, going to college, but there's really no discussion of what's your joy, what's your passion, and that's what you should chase down, she said. Brooke is actually a woman of many talents, including the ability to write entertaining and compelling books and articles. From 2001 to 2007, she wrote a comedic column entitled View from the Cabin for the Fairbanks Daily News Miner. Also, for 2 years from 2010, she contributed to the local Delta Wind newspaper with the column Local Happenings. While her experience as a journalist is impressive, Brooke has also published 2 books. The Frozen Toe Guide to Real Alaskan Livin' was released in 2007 and offered important and useful tips and a guide on how to survive some of the biggest dangers of living in the Alaskan wilderness, such as attacks from local animals and freezing temperatures, on top of dealing with the lack of basic commodities such as plumbing, electricity, and food. Though Brooke's first book was released by a local Alaskan publisher, all the publishing credits of her second book, entitled Alaska Did This to Me, are to herself. The latter book follows the line of humor she used during her days writing her View from the Cabin stories. Despite being originally published in 2012, in 2021 she re-released it with a new cover and it's currently available on her Etsy shop. Brooke's filmmaking career started with the 2010 documentary Mount Marathon, aired on the Alaska One network. The documentary centers on Brooke's experience in the Mount Marathon race, celebrated yearly in Seward, Alaska, and which involves climbing the Kenai Mountains, reaching the highest peak at over 4,800 feet above sea level or over 1,500 meters. While the experience was undoubtedly hard, Brooke joined the marathon as a self-imposed challenge to get back into shape after the birth of her second child a couple of years prior. Despite not having previous experience in mountain running, Brooke was amazed by the race, and by the fact that not many people were able to see how it was to live it themselves. I was just really inspired, and I was just kind of getting into filmmaking at that point, and I thought, what a great first project, she said in an interview for the Alone podcast in 2021. Despite admitting to wanting to change some aspects about the Mount Marathon documentary, Brooke is still proud of the work she did as an amateur filmmaker. She isn't the only one who deeply appreciates this documentary though, as when it aired, the work was rewarded with a $5,000 prize by Alaska's nonprofit Rasmussen Foundation. Brooke Whipple's first participation in Alone was in the 4th season, which premiered in 2017. Teaming up with her husband Dave, the couple's mission was to survive in the north of Vancouver Island with a few resources and tools. While Brooke was dropped near the shore set for their quest, Dave was left 10 miles away with only a compass to point the way to his wife. The couple finally reunited on the 9th day of their adventure and remained in the show for 49 days in total. Our relationship is strong and remained strong throughout our time there. The takeaway I gained is the reinforcement that we make a great team and always have, as Brooke told Hollywood Soapbox. Regarding their reasons to join the show, Brooke admitted that the $500,000 prize motivated her at first, but the lessons she learned along the way were way more valuable in the end, saying, "You begin to realize the things that really matter in life are your relationships with other people, a shared meal, a warm bed, love, memories." Although Brooke and Dave weren't the last standing couple in the show, the Alone experience surely changed or perhaps reinforced their lives. Not long after returning home from the first experience in the show, Brooke Whipple was invited to join Alone again for its 5th season. However, this time the challenge didn't include her husband and introduce a location near the Khenti Mountains in Mongolia. Despite being excited at the prospect of joining the show for a second time, her previous experience made Brooke aware that the challenge wasn't to be taken lightly. It's very traumatic in ways. It's very rewarding, but it's very taxing on every aspect of your being, your physical, your emotional, your mental, she told Big Rapid News. Brooke's strategy to successfully remain in the wild in complete solitude was to keep her mind busy with daily activities. Besides those which ensured her survival, such as crafting jewelry and a useful handmade system to keep track of the days she spent in the Asian wilderness. In the end, Brooke tapped out on the 29th day of the challenge because of the overwhelming loneliness she experienced. Yet she was content with the result and wished to prove something new. "I have nothing else to prove. I know I can do it. I want to do other challenges," she affirmed in the same interview. Although appearing in Alone played a huge role in Brooke Whipple's rise to fame, that wasn't the first time she'd appeared on TV. Besides her 2010's documentary Mount Marathon, Brooke also appeared in the reality series Yukon River Run. Premiered in 2015, the 8-episode-long series introduced 3 crews of rafters whose mission was to become the most successful supply seller group as they traveled the Yukon River. The idea for the show was actually born from an article entitled Rafting in Alaska, published in 2014 in Backwoodsman magazine by Neil Eklund, whose decades-long adventure building and rafting along the river inspired the series. Eklund is a good friend of Brooke and Dave Whipple, who have known the adventurer since the early 2000s, and they often travel to Alaska to help him build log rafts. So when the idea of creating Yukon River Run came along, the Whipples had the right experience and willingness to join in the adventure, leading them to take their children Belle and Mick with them, including appearing in the TV show. Despite not resulting in winning the Yukon River Run, the experience did a good job at introducing Brooke and Dave to the reality TV industry. From the start of her adventures, Brooke Whipple began collecting experience as an outdoors guide. Her earliest known work in this field dates to 1999, when she worked as a caretaker of a winter homestead in the Aleutian Islands in the Bering Sea. As stated on her website, some of the most remarkable moments during that time were boating alongside orcas, catching halibut, and preparing traditional wine. Brooke kept that work until 2000, when she was hired by Neil Eklund to help him with his log raft building, something she considered as one of the best times of her life. It was just such a special place. And boy, I could just go spend lots more time there on a log raft on the Yukon River. It's like my happy place, she affirmed in an interview with The Alone podcast in 2021. Although Brooke and her family briefly returned to living in Michigan in the 2010s, that didn't stop her from teaching survivalism to people of all ages, passing on her knowledge about the great outdoors. Besides workshops, short courses, and books, Brooke has also used other methods, such as joining the Imagine Exhibitions Museum installation as a survival expert, and through her YouTube channel. All in all, it's evident that Brooke is deeply passionate about not only living off the grid, out of the box, but also in teaching others how to be happy while doing what you love, whether that's in the great outdoors or not. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.